were over in that same area, and we talked Uncle Dewey into taking us over and getting the horses. Sometimes some of us had saddles and part of us rode bareback. But all of this was woods and where we are now, and we just roam around the pine trees and play. No, it was a wonderful life.
For a little while, and I just enjoyed being out, and we didn't have any electricity, and so I rubbed clothes out with a rub board a few times and a iron, you know, one of those old flat irons, and I enjoyed that. I was so silly, I guess. I enjoyed it for a while till I rubbed all my knuckles off, and then I went down to Mother. She said, "You come down here and wash," because she had a wash machine. Whenever he built that house, we had 2 rooms, and it was kind of hard with 2 kids, but I remember we had a bed in one room, a double bed, and we had a cot for Dot and Russell to sleep on. We had a closet with just a drape around it in the corner, and I don't know how we put everything in there like that. In the other room, we had an ice box, and then we had a table and 4 chairs and an old radio up at this end, and we had a kerosene stove, and then I had just a faucet with a table and a dishpan where I washed dishes, because we only had 2 rooms in, and I threw the water out the back door. Well, after 2 years, we got a loan and finished our house with 2 bedrooms in, and it wasn't but $17 a month, the payments. I was so afraid we wasn't going to be able to pay that.
3 lights. A lot of people just had electric with one hanging light, and they'd screw an adapter into that light socket, and if they had an iron their clothes with electric. So my dad and I, being electricians, started in 40 and on putting the second light or maybe a plug in the wall. And I remember him telling me he went to Pompano that day, wired a house, 10 outlets for $1.
In Oakland Park at those early days. And that was in the depot, which was catty-cornered across the street from our house. Mr. Hawkins, Dewey Hawkins, the mayor, had a key to that office. There was somebody in there most of the time during the day, but if you needed to use that phone for anything and it was closed, you could run up and get Mr. Hawkins to open it up.
To me as a child, I remember it as being a pretty big house. It had a front porch all the way across the front that faced Dixie Highway. We had a big living room, a bedroom, and what in those days was called a sleeping porch. In those days there was no air conditioning, and the sleeping porches were intended to be used as bedrooms during the hot weather and any breezes, the southeast breezes. And this was a southeast screened area. It was pretty comfortable in there.
When we first bought the land, it was nothing but palmettos and scrub oak. There wasn't even a road down the street right away. There wasn't a road. It was just a sand ruts.